across the savannah to the Sahara. We rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, we turn dark into light, we make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Education is unique, we have more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity, we know they carry lives. We are Nigeria, together lift the tree of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Thank God it's Friday. Many thanks for joining us on the Thank God It's Friday edition of AM Sports. Coming your way from NT Sports 24. I am Bade Adeleye, and of course, like I said, it's the Thank God It's Friday edition, and of course, we've brought you everything Friday. Yeah, you get it. All right, loads and loads of things to discuss on the show today. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, they've got an international friendly against Iran later today. We'll get to talk about that. And of course, the playoffs, when it comes to the FIFA World Cup, brought up some interesting results on Thursday night and, of course, earlier this morning. And, we saw some teams that, were in tears. Those players, after, about 2 matches ended in penalty shootout. We'll be talking about that and many more on the show today. And, of course, we don't know one of the fastest growing sports in Nigeria. You cannot push aside esports that is gaining momentum, and of course, it's creating a multi-million, dollar industry for Nigeria when it comes to sports. We'll be talking about that on the show today, and of course, we've got to talk also about bodybuilding. How is that, redefining things in Nigeria? That's on that topic for us on the show today. Remember, we've come with our companion segments from the exercise to the newspaper. And of course, straight away, we'll start with the exercise with Uduak. But don't you forget, at 10, we'll start our discussions. And at 11, we'll bring you the AM Sports News. So for now, let's hit the gym. Uduak is on standby.
Exciting Tabata workout session. With me, I have the most amazing set of athletes to join me and get you a good pump. We're going to do this while bumping, as usual, to our favorite Tabata songs. Let's go. All right, now let's get to step one. Step one, everyone. 3. We're doing amazing. In 5. Now 6 seconds. Let's go. Jump. Again. Jump. That's how you do it. Go.
Go!
Well done to you. My name is Idwafika. See you soon.
Stranger.
I wanna fly, can you take me far away?
Stranger.
I wanna fly, can you take me far away?
All right, you're still watching AM Sports coming your way from NT Sports 24. Now that we're back from the exercise segment, straight away, let's move to the newspaper review segment. My guest is seated, and of course, the paper is very much ready. Let's go for it. All right, now joining me for the Thank God It's Friday edition newspaper review is no other person than our very own Gideon, Alabi Gideon. Thank God it's Friday. You don't know, you decided not to go my way. No problem. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are you fired up for the friendly against Iran?
Yes, I'll say yes.
Okay, no problem.
New kit and new everything, so.
Really?
Let's get it.
Let's get the friendly started. You get it. All right, straight away, we've got the Punch Sports Extra to review on the show today. And of course, it's very bold when it comes to this, front page there. You see the exclusive. That's Tosin, the main exclusive. And she says, moving from being captain at youth level to joining the senior squad taught me humility. In the senior team, you are surrounded by players who have achieved a lot in the game and have far more experience. She calls it my Falconets to Falcons journey. Tosin Dimei is an ever-present, player when it comes to the Super Falcons defense line. Lanky, kind of, that's the Maguire of the Super Falcons. All right. Let's quickly, bring some trending, headlines when it comes to the front page of this Punch Sports Extra. And of course, let's begin with, some stories that could be related to international friendlies. And of course, NYO replaces Bassey ahead Iran-Jordan clashes. Made in Eagles call-up shocks Saw. And of course, Fernandez keen to make mark with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So what's your take, having these new additions and, of course, how they are very much eager to go?
For me, I would say the Bassey injury is not something we want to hear. But let's just take it that it's a friendly. We're playing a country that's already qualified for the World Cup, so we will have nothing to lose. So if it's not there, we just have to watch for the tactical play of the coach and how the new boys get into the team and play well. Oh. Like for me now, the person I want to watch most today is not even none of the new boys. I want to see what Maduka Okoye has to do for Nigeria right now, because he's someone I've wanted them to bring to the Super Eagles ever since. And we have had Stanley Wabali, he's back and forth in Nigeria, being good today, not being good tomorrow, saving penalties today, then on that mistake the next day, people call him arrogant and everything. But now he did this to himself for him not making it in, because you don't go out of your contract when the transfer window is not open.
Yeah.
That's one thing I know.
Well, Maduka Okoye, I will not forget, he fumbled a shot at this particular stadium behind us here. And of course, we saw what happened during the World Cup qualifiers. And some Nigerians have not forgiven him. And they do feel that he gets carried away when the girls start calling him fine boy. So, do you think he must have learned his lessons now?
From what I've seen him doing, for this season in the Serie A, he has had the fair. He's not in the best team in Serie A, but he's doing his best.
All right.
So for me, he has something to prove. So let's see today if he fumbles like Kepa or somebody. Okay.
Let's look at some other stories, not about international friendlies, but related to Nigerians. And it's about Osimhen. Osimhen, there's report that Osimhen could wear arm protective gear. And of course, he will be gets EPL Player of the Month nod. I saw the nominations on Thursday. Quite interesting. His beautiful penetrating shot into the goalpost, was nominated as, got him, one of the nominations for the Player of the Month, competing with the likes of, Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United, James Garner, and of course, I think we'll have one shortstopper there. That should be, is it Trafford or Pickford?
Well,
So,
Pickford, I guess, yes.
yeah, so having him in that, in that conversation, I think that's huge.
It's something nice to see, but will Nigerians vote for him? It's a voting something.
Let's start by asking the Manchester United fans.
Would
you vote for him over Bruno or Bruno over him?
Because yesterday, when the nomination list came out,
yeah,
the Super Eagles official page posted something on X saying, vote for Alex Iwobi. They now dropped the link. The comments on that were going crazy. People were saying, this same Iwobi that caught my bet one time when they was playing Manchester United.
So they did cut it more than Tolu Arokodare.
And then a lot of things like, people say they can't vote, they can't leave Fernandes and vote
Nigerians.
That's Manchester United fans love Manchester United more than they love Nigeria.
Oh, so my goodness.
A lot of things that happened yesterday.
They prefer Champions League to Nations Cup. No problem. We'll take it.
And
Osimhen with the protective,
For me, I say Osimhen should take a rest. He should not kill himself. Yes, it's one of the highest signings ever. And they want him to play. They want him to put the numbers out for the money they paid for him. Him wearing a protective gear on his right arm. It's not, and he will still play. Yeah. I know Osimhen, someone that he likes to fight and play.
I'm not sure if he needs a month to heal. It's an arm injury, but maybe if he gets some painkillers. But my question is, don't you think that Osimhen is like a glass? Too injury prone. Injury in different places.
Something I'll say about Nigerians is most people that make it from Nigeria to Euro stage, we go out there with injuries. People go out there with injuries that they don't even know they have.
And took a long time.
When I was in secondary school, our coach in school at that time told us that if any of us make it to Europe today and they assess our body, it will take us a year before we play one match.
Oh my goodness.
Because the injuries we have gotten from our street football and everything, that we
just go and put rub and say you're okay.
So maybe something that, like you can see like Boniface now. I feel like that's something that's affecting him today. And they don't, because we don't check these things when they're in Nigeria here. So when they go out there, it start affecting you. Like a simple knock to someone's knee today might bring back something that happened 7 years ago. Because the knee injury is something that never goes sometimes. So for me, I just feel like that's something that's happening to him. It's not that Osimhen is the tough guy now. It's someone that we have watched, someone that likes fighting in the pitch.
All right, let's take this story, about so many clubs here. We have I Want to Become Chelsea Legend. That's coming from, Caicedo. And of course, Rodri Fuel's Madrid move. He was saying yesterday that he doesn't know how to say, no to a big club. And of course, Arsenal prepare Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, that's how to pronounce it. Bid. I wouldn't know if PSG will let him go after a year and 6 months with them. Devils open to EPL offers for Rashford. Marty braces for Nigeria's world title ambitions. Franklin fires Itoma warning ahead of Saturday bout. That's in boxing. Al Ittihad revives Salah interest. So, Rodri, Caicedo, Salah in the news for transfers.
For Caicedo saying he wants to be a Chelsea legend,
It's not planning to go. He wants to be the new Reece James.
It's not far from that. Now, both of them, they are Chelsea's best players at this point for me. So if he stays there, being a legend doesn't mean you have to play well every day. You just have to be in the club for long.
Yeah.
So they'll mark him as a legend. And Rodri is going to make himself one of the most hated persons in Madrid if he goes to Real Madrid.
Really?
Yes, because he played for Atletico Madrid. And he said him playing for Atletico Madrid doesn't mean he can't play for Real Madrid.
Well, we've seen players do that.
That's why I said he's going to be one of the most hated persons in Madrid. This is their own derby. I've seen this against, who was this guy that moved from Real Madrid to Barcelona? Figo. Yeah, when they were throwing pig head and everything on the pitch. You know how Spanish derbies are.
Even Ronaldo, the not Cristiano.
Ronaldo, R9, yeah. So a lot of things. But if he goes there, Rodri is not even, for me, I don't see Rodri as someone that Madrid should sign now. Since he won the Ballon d'Or, it's like he took a course on his head.
I'm telling you, like, Manchester City will just be. All right, so let's quickly give you a rundown of, international friendlies for today before we go. Iran are up against Nigeria, and Jordan are up against Costa Rica. Benin Republic against Liberia, while Guinea will be entertaining Togo. And, of course, Austria against Ghana. South Africa have got a date against Panama. And, of course, Saudi Arabia against Egypt. Libya against Niger Republic. Algeria against Guatemala, and of course England will trade tackles with Uruguay. We're looking forward to that. The Netherlands against Norway, Germany are away to Switzerland, and of course the final match is going to be between Spain and Serbia. We're all looking forward to that, a particular encounter. And earlier we saw Bolivia and Suriname do their thing. So quite interesting to see how everything, this weekend, the weekend is just international duties, no club commitment for now. What are you looking forward to?
Still have 14 days to go.
14 days to go.
Yes.
Well, your team will be going on a camp for 4 days.
That's it, training.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Thank you, Gideon, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And do enjoy your weekend without Manchester United. All right, that's the newspaper review segment on the show today. But remember, we'll start our discussions on top of the hour of 10. And of course, from there, it's going to be even smoother. Do stay with us.
Watch this, flip to the other side and out! My goodness! What on earth did we just witness? Whoa! Double boomerang out, straight to pedal. Phenomenal run.
This soccer team has one rule. You must be 80 years old or over to be on this team.
But they made an exception for me to play with them for the day.
I'm officially on the team now. All right, let's go.
I'm the only girl to ever play with them and the only young person. These guys go by the team name The Attackers, and they are fierce.
They're really intense.
The oldest person on the team is 93 years old, and they are competitive. This is Takayuki, and he is the fearless leader of this team.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
30?
85.
85?
Yeah.
He is 85 years old, and he yelled at me a few times for running too slow. This team was started by a group of older men who love to play soccer and wanted to keep their soccer dreams alive even in their 80s. So they decided to make a soccer team where everyone was over 80. And they don't just practice, they compete in national championships of senior teams. I've been traveling all over Asia trying to understand the secret to living a long life. But I think the secret might be here on this soccer field. You don't need to grow old. You can choose to stay young by continuing to do what you love, spend time with friends, and stay active. As long as you keep kicking the ball, you won't kick the bucket.
Dos, tres, ahora. Vamos, Santiago.
Vamos, Santiago, eso. Vamos, nena.
Eso, Santiago, vamos, rápido, corre, corre.
Vamos a ver quién gana.
Corre, rápido.
Santiago, corre. Vamos, apúrate.
Vamos, Santiaguito. Vamos, nena, eso, muy bien.
Vamos, corre.
Vamos, Santiago, ya no me ganas, Vamos, Santiago. Vamos.
No.
Ya, Santiago, corre, Santiago. Vamos, Santiago, corre.
Santiago,
1-1, Santiago, 1-1. All right, you're still watching AM Sports.
Coming to you on NTA Sports 24, and of course, time for us to begin our discussions, straight away. And I told you earlier that I'll be taking a look at something that's quite important, that is bodybuilding. And I'm glad to let you know that we've got in the studio no other person than the president of the Association of, of the Bodybuilding and Fitness, Federation of Nigeria, no other person than Soye Elikema. And of course, we know that he's been doing a lot of things, especially visiting, the leadership of the National Sports Commission. And of course, we'll get to talk about that. Mr. President, nice to have you on the show today.
Nice to meet
Always
you.
beautiful to have you. And of course, lots of programs that you've been doing. You will still remember the last one, at the Nikon Luxury in Abuja, which was quite beautiful, promoting the sports and all that. But, you were recently received by, the leadership of the National Sports Commission. Tell us, about this new partnership with the Nigeria Sports Commission.
My pleasure. First, let me thank the chairman of the National Sports Commission for his warm reception. As a matter of fact, I think he is one of the sports leaders of this country that I've seen that is actually dedicated to seeing sports get to the next level. One thing about sports is something that is actually created to harness and explore potentials, especially those with those manpower potentials that could redirect their skills and strength to something that is going to make them useful and reliable members of the society. I am highly impressed and overwhelmed with what exactly I saw yesterday. It was quite awesome and different, and it's quite amazing, I must tell you. And our discussion was awesome. First, the moment I started with the challenges we have. Bodybuilding is a sport that is being attracted to quite a lot of young people. And these young persons, do it with their meager resources. And there is a tendency for them to actually push it to something, to some other ventures that is not acceptable. And if we all fail to do something positive to ensure effective control of these trainees and practitioners, we may be unwittingly encouraging the widespread production of criminals and outlaws, energetic and unguarded youths available at the beck and call of any mischief maker. And we say no to that. So to that, that was how the establishment of the Amateur Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation of Nigeria came about, charged with the duty to program, monitor, and control trainings and competitions. I could tell you for free that these guys are healthy, these guys are useful, because the more muscle you have, the more healthy you become. And to that, in addition to the laurels, they attract to Nigeria after every international event. If I tell you something that you won't believe, in the top ranking of bodybuilding today globally, Nigeria is in the first 5. We have the likes of Andrew Chinedu, who just won the Annual Classic. The Annual Classic is the greatest. I don't want to use the word the greatest because we have the Mr. Olympia. But in terms of the cash prize, $750,000. That was what he went with. He is right now the greatest.
$750,000.
Yes. We have Samson Daudo. We won the Mr. Olympia, won the Annual Classic. We have David Bodebi. And let me give you a shocker. These guys all hail from the Niger Delta. 95% of the athletes doing great on the sports of bodybuilding, they come from the Niger Delta. And the question is, why and how? Though in the section of muscle and strength demonstration, the best athletes like Oliver the Rock and all of these guys, they come from the Niger Delta. So there is more to looking at what exactly is going on. And no doubt, there is something that is divine that actually happened. The executive governor of Bayelsa State, His Excellency Doyediri, actually keyed in, and he has been of help, very supportive, going off his way to make sure these guys become what they are. And it's by all of that we could record great athletes that we are having today. I must tell you that I am actually very overwhelmed. When we talk about my meeting with the NSC chairman yesterday, he made a statement. He said he actually came at the right time. Coming at the right time simply means we've been having issues of people meeting early deaths in the gym. What is the essence of going to the gym?
Because I wanted to ask you about that. You're supposed to regulate that.
Yes. What is the essence of going to the gym? The coordinating minister of health held a multi-sectorial meeting and invited technical partners, stakeholders will be part of that meeting. And following the WHO admonition and the researches that was carried by the leading teaching hospitals in Nigeria, studies have shown that NCD is the cause of sudden and unexpected deaths. And if NCD is the cause of sudden and unexpected death, studies have also shown that it lies beyond the use of drugs and vaccines. The only panacea that exists is fitness. And that is the essence where we need a technical relationship with the National Sports Commission for us to achieve it. And he made that statement. Quite a lot of people have made their early deaths. We lost the Commissioner for Sports in Lagos State, Deji Tunde, while doing some fitness activity. We lost the Commissioner for Sports in Plateau State while also doing some fitness activity. I lost a friend of mine, Dr. George Will, who was a rector in the Bori Polytechnic. As I speak to you, it is still happening. And the question is, if fitness is the panacea that is going to help us combat NCD, then why are people dying? We went further to make a research. As a matter of fact, when I came for the multi-sectorial meeting, the resident doctors in Abuja raised an alarm that you're pushing people to the gym. The people in the gym don't have what it takes to give a regimen, an articulated program based on the local conditions and circumstances. They have not emerged with any. So what do we do? And this is a problem. Yes, we want to regulate. Regulation simply means we need to look at certifications and other incorporations that have been made. But before we go further to that, there is also another question. Do we have where these persons will be certified?
That's another problem.
We don't have. So what I did was, I moved further and spoke to the International Federation, how we're going to have the IFBB Academy here in Nigeria. And having an IFBB Academy, you know that when you have a course and it's like a one-off, Nigerians will look at it, is this certificate real? So I decided to went further and went into partnership with some of these universities, which I am still doing. I went to the University of Port Harcourt, awesome. The VC approved it. I went to the University of River State University, great. They are still working on it. I went to Ignatius Ajuri University, perfect. With the course curriculum and everything they saw, we are going to run a certification to a PhD level. That is where we are going to.
All right. Quite beautiful. I know, you could go on and on, to talk about what you've been doing and, of course, how you're redefining things when it comes to fitness and bodybuilding in the country. Now, just like you said, there are loads of interesting things that will be coming out from this new collaboration with the National Sports Commission. And of course, one thing, when people see this type of, deal signed or, this type of collaboration that two parties are agreeing to work together, to boost one particular sector, they want to know how soon they are going to see the results. And for me, I know that we need to put, our proper plans and policies in place. So what are you trying to do to ensure that this thing is going to be a lasting foundation? That in 50 years' time, they can remember one Mr. Soyel Kema who pioneered this thing, and since that time that he did it, it has always been the foundation that people have been building on. So, number one, how soon are we going to see the impact and, of course, the foundation?
Permit me to quote the NSC chairman. He said, whatever we have discussed, I want it in writing now so that I can set up a working group with you that is going to help us achieve that. And at that right at that moment, I submitted the documents to him.
You were ready?
Yes.
Born ready?
Yes. I am. My father is, he's late. He's a scout commissioner.
God
and scout, what is the first law? The first law is always be prepared.
Yeah.
I am always prepared.
Wow.
So I actually submitted the documents
to him. The opportunity came,
yes, and I know that he is going to swing into action because I could see the zeal in him and the worriness about gyms not regulated and seeing a lot of people meet early deaths.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be. These things are things that no one should pride himself as a coach if you've not gone through the necessary regimen or the necessary scheme as is required for you to be a coach. It's simple. In as much as our bodies are different, our body types are different, so our macro intake differs. And definitely the principles you're going to use to achieve your result and the principle I'm going to use to achieve my result, because of difference in biotype criteria, is totally different. So you must go through the walls for you to understand all of these. And in terms of sustainability, because of the creditable performances of the Nigerian athletes globally, it has called for the attention of the fitness and bodybuilding industry. Talking about the apparels, talking about the equipment, talking about the supplements, the brands, they are interested. And that means they've seen Nigeria outwardly. They want to see Nigeria inwardly. And if that happens, it's not only the sports of bodybuilding that will benefit it. Definitely, it's going to also rub off on the other sports federation, because it's all about performance, it's all about agility, it's all about strength, it's all about technicality, it's all about skill application. And if you're good, and there is a brand here, definitely the brand will want to work with you, irrespective of the fact that you are in a different sports federation or you are an athlete, maybe in boxing or any of these things. It happens, and it's going to work, because the first foundation for every sporting event is for you to be physically fit.
Quite beautiful, really, really beautiful. But when people hear of bodybuilding and fitness, one of the things that they think of is that it's for the adults. Part of this collaboration, we're seeing something from age 6 to 21. You're trying to do something for them. I'm quite interested.
Let me tell you, the government policy for recreation in schools came as a result of preparing them from their lower and upper limbs for them to be able to face the labor market tomorrow.
Wow, yeah, that's correct.
And if you don't lay that foundation, you will get it wrong. Let me also let you know that the word physical training and physical education is used interchangeably without understanding that one integrates in the other. The essence of this recreation in schools was for physical training. And when I looked at an overview of the curriculum, I saw that there are a lot of flaws there. I just have to, my apologies to whoever, but I just have to say it, because I saw some flaws, and I knew that the physical education teachers, they needed some professional training for them to be able to manage that. And fitness training is more of the mental than the physical. For those students between those ages, it's something that is going to help them in their mental ability. So what I did was to pay a courtesy to the Commissioner for Education. I said, let me start with my state. And when I paid the courtesy to the educational system in Rivers State, they looked at it and they agreed, because I have the curriculum, you have the curriculum. Let's look at it on comparative analysis. Does this actually give us what the federal government actually wanted to achieve in terms of making recreation in schools a policy? The answer is no. And immediately they endorsed and authorized that fitness clubs should be established in the secondary and the primary institutions.
That's quite
and as I speak to you, we have started already.
I think that's quite beautiful.
Let me just take you further.
Okay.
We went further to introduce it in the university standard. The reason why we went further was the International Federation for Fitness and Bodybuilding signed an MOU with the International University Sports Federation that fitness and bodybuilding sports should start taking place in students' world games. And immediately, we also started with the University of Port Harcourt. That was my school. We started there, introduced what we refer to as the Generation's Next Physique and Bodybuilding Championship. It was something else. I'm telling you, it was something else, where you see a lot of people creating the foundation for them to move. So we have already made a plan for today, a plan for tomorrow, and a plan for the future. So I want to see people of age 10, people of age 11 to be able to instruct their parents at home on what to do for them to be physically fit. That is the dream, and I believe we are going to achieve it. My children, I have a son of about 6-7 years who could demonstrate the sports of bodybuilding on the basic poses around the various anatomies perfectly well. Not that I had time to put him through these lessons, but he sees it whenever they are doing their preparations for international events. He just comes and sit down and watch. And from there, he started it. So the kids, naturally, when you see them running about, they are trying to do what it is necessary for them to do. But parents most times want to be very careful. Oh, come and sit down, yes, so that you don't get injured. Yes, it is good to also advise them, but it is something that naturally is placed in their instincts. for them to actually demonstrate these things so that they'll be physically fit.
All right, this is quite beautiful. I love every bit of it. And of course, it's good to know that the younger ones too, you know, they are part of this. Because many in the past would have felt like, no, it's not for these young ones. Now, there's something you've always done. I could remember we've talked about this, you know, in the past. Fitness challenge. You know, you have one of them, Shape Up Nigeria 30 by 30, you know, fitness challenge. Tell us more about that and how that you think is helping, you know, when it comes to, you know, redefining fitness in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. The coordinating minister of health just signed the NCD policy for Nigerians to see fitness as the first point of call. If I tell you the statistics and data that is available in public domain, the health of Nigerians is quite alarming. A lot of people meet early deaths on a daily basis. Nigerians, let me give you an example. Right here, I could tell you for free that you don't know the present health status of what exactly you are. You don't know. Nigeria is supposed to introduce the Fit for Work standard model in any of the parastatals and offices. United Nations declaration was any employer with more than 15 employees, it ought to introduce the Fit for Work standard model. Nigeria is way, way behind the world when it has to do with this. It's not my duty. Yes, I'm doing it out of passion. It's the duty for the National Public Health Director to take this campaign on, and not Soye Elekima. But Soye Elekima is doing it because I am actually born in it, and it's something that I've been doing for a long time. The Shape Up Nigeria 30-30 Fitness Challenge is a 30 minutes of exercise for 30 days. This proposition came as a result of when I was invited by the coordinating minister of health for me to be part of the multi-sectorial meeting. And when we had the discussion, there and then I told them, there is no need going back to go for further research. What I need to propose to you is it 30-30. Find your 30 and know what your 30 is. Pick an exercise that is good for you. The 30-30 has a two-way approach. One, you could use that as a program of catching people young and discovering talents. There are some kids that will come around because we're going to create fitness villages in the 36 states. That is the idea. Creating fitness villages, participants that is going to participate is free of charge. Just come in there, do any exercise, find your 30. It could be boxing, it could be tennis, it could be this, it could be that. Yours is find where that is comfortable for you. There are some parents that have been involved in different kind of sports. Some of these kids, they've not seen their parents in it. And if a family is going for this particular program, you will see your dad that was a boxer before, you will see him do those moves and you will be interested. And life is all about hereditary to some extent and interest. You will see that kid, oh, I am interested in this, my dad could do this. And from there, you're getting somebody. But beyond that, it's going to actually help everybody look healthy. And that is the essence. And that's why I am very happy, you know, having this discussion with the NSC chairman. And I proposed to him, if Nigeria wants to achieve this, yes, we've done the pilots, and the money came out of my pocket.
You know, I wanted to ask you because
the money came out of my pocket.
Because we've run out of time. I wanted to, because for some of us that we know you, we know that there has been, you know, a whole lot of personal commitment from you. Because many people want to ask you that popular question, who is bankrolling you? But we know that this is the passion. But just as we wind down, as we round up this discussion, what will be, where do you see Nigeria? What is the ideal future when it comes to bodybuilding and fitness? Where do you want it to be? What is that plan that you see, that you envision when it comes to that industry in Nigeria?
The industry will be even more than what we could see the music industry achieving today.
Beautiful.
There is no family, there is no person in every family that does not do fitness. Nearly everybody does. The World Fitness Sheriff Department made a declaration, and the payoff is every step counts. Keep moving, keep living. In as much as you step down from here, just talking to you is part of fitness. In as much as you step down from here and have a walk, it's part of it. And this declaration by the World Fitness Federation, Sheriff Department, is every last Saturday of the month. It's a global declaration. People need to do something. Wherever you are, the entire city and globe has declared a gym. You don't need to go to the gym for you to do or whatever. You could use any improvised materials at home to achieve it. And as I speak, the chairman of the National Sports Commission is a grand commander of the World Fitness Sheriff Department, and he was inducted yesterday. And further to that, we are proposing to him, because influencers of mainstream Nigeria is really going to back the support, where we'll see the likes of the great people that we know. Because, for example, if the president of Nigeria is speaking today, nearly every Tom, Dick, and Harry want to hear what he's going to say. And if we see the president of Nigeria taking the nation to a healthy place, and he said, no, Nigeria, we need to take a step, because every step counts to a healthy nation, then definitely the entire country is going to be healthy. And I tell you that he's going to really give great social and economic growth to this country, because there will be serious job creations. A lot of brands are going to come in, and it's going to make a lot of things. And that's part of our proposition to the NSC chairman, that the president of Nigeria becomes the face of Shape Up Nigeria 30-30.
You speak with so much passion, and it's quite beautiful. And of course, we must thank you for all you're doing for, the industry in Nigeria. And we do hope that, the vision you have for the industry in Nigeria will come to pass, because it's not really easy the way you've been driving the industry. So we can only wish you success, all the goodwill, all the luck, and in everything you lay your hands on when it comes to this federation. I will always remind you, you're a friend of the house, that NTA will always be there to promote the plans and policies of that industry in Nigeria. We are partners in progress.
I really want to appreciate NTA for having the time. I really want to appreciate you, the cameraman, and to every other person that is working behind the scene for the support. For us to achieve it, it's not just Soye, it's you, it's him, the other people behind, the president, and every other person you can imagine. You don't need to have money for you to be part of it. Your moral support could change the globe. Your moral support could change Nigeria. Let's look at ourselves before we start talking about our animals, because even our animals also need fitness.
You're very much correct. Beautiful. Always beautiful to have you, and of course this discussion will continue. Even when you're back to your base, we'll still continue to advance this discussion. Mr. President, quite interesting to have you on the show today. Thank you
very
again
much
for coming.
My pleasure.
All right, I've been speaking with no other person than the president of the Amateur Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation of Nigeria, Soye Elekema. And of course, we've been discussing the latest collaboration between the Federation and the National Sports Commission, and of course, their activities and plans when it comes to, making it a multi-billion, not just naira, dollar industry in Nigeria, which is going to be one of the biggest. And of course, they have spoken well. We're very much impressed, and we wish them all the best when it comes to that. You know what? Earlier, I told you about one of the fastest rising, of federations in Nigeria. And of course, they will be on the spotlight when we return after this break.
What's your pick? Oh, man, I've got Kai Beckstrand on this one. He's been outstanding. He's the favorite to win it all. No one has been able to stop this machine called Kai Beckstrand. But let's see if little brother Luke can summon up some of that Luke smash rage. What a dismount. Luke is out in front. Are you kidding me? He says, Luke, I am your brother. Well, back in St. George at their two grip ninja gyms, these two have raced. Oh, but Kai misses on floating monkey bars. He's struggling. Now he rights the ship. But look at Luke. He's opening up an edge. No, this can't be real. This can't be real. I can't believe my eyes. Oh my goodness, little brother's been saving this for his entire life to be able to beat his big brother on national television.
Links that dismount
my goodness.
onto the kickboards, but Luke needs a little more power, and Kai locks it in place.
Oh, here comes, and now look at Kai trying to turn on the afterburner.
Oh my goodness, Luke, a half move ahead.
Come on, little brother. Do this for all the little brothers, millions of them watching around the world.
Kai had too much power. The wheel is... Oh my goodness. How did he do that?
Oh, wow, and now Kai's out in front.
Kai takes the edge on the falling shelves. Luke's watching,
and look at him go.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Are you not entertained?
Kai Beckstrand is on another level.
Luke slowed down at the end, but he pushed his big brother, and he's gonna finish strong.
Nice. Wow.
But Big Brother wins again.
Oh, good save. Oh. Oh. Oh no! Oh. Oh.
I'm 5'7", and I'm gonna get like 8.5.
I am 5'9". I think I want to get like a 10.
I'm 6'3". I don't know how high I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna try. I did not jump high.
I'm 6 foot, and I think I'll get between 9 and 10.
I'm 5'3", and I think I'm gonna get like 8.
I'm 6'4". Probably get like 10.
After winning game 1 11-7 and losing the next 3 5-5 and 6.
No! That is insane! Even Fang Zhendong is blushing. Look at this! What a recovery! That's the biggest smile I've ever seen from Fang Zhendong, and well-deserved. Look at this under the net clamp roller on the table! Applause from the crowd even in the replay. Xiao Zhan, the coach, is laughing and smiling. Oh my goodness, what are you gonna do?
Não cessa do fim de semana.
Watch it. Woo. Break. Woo. Wagwasa tiriza tama kionse, sisa yonse. Ayo, karibonse we. Karibonse, tiriza yonse. Easy.
Welcome back, and of course, if you're just joining us, the show is Sports, coming your way from NT Sports 24. And earlier I told you that we'll be talking about one of the fastest developing sports in the country and of course all over the world. Evidently, we're talking about esports, and we do know that new frontiers will be opening up for Nigeria as the country will be competing at the Esports Nations Cup. This is huge. And of course, and that also signals the level of development when it comes to the sport in Nigeria. And of course, we've been seeing the work put in to ensure that the country joins the Committee of Nations, tapping into the multi-billion-dollar industry. And now joining me in this, via Zoom from his base in Lagos is no other person than the founder and chief executive officer of Game Esports, and of course no other person than Kunmi Adenipebi. And of course this man has been able to lead more than 50 tournaments, and of course has been able to organize loads of competitions, not just in Nigeria or the continental level, but world over. So that's the big fish when it comes to esports we've got on the show today. So nice to have you on the show. Finally, you're here. Good morning to you. Welcome to AM Sports.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on AM Sports.
All right.
I like the big fish conversation.
All right. All right, quite beautiful. And of course, many people will be like, okay, esports. For those who are very, conversant with that, those who know, the sport so well, they will know that it's a big deal for Nigeria to be competing at the esports, Nations Cup. But for you, and of course, if you're going to put it in clearer terms, how huge could this be for Nigeria competing at the esports Nations Cup?
Nigeria is going to be put on the map, because that's basically what we've been trying to do on the global map, where we can showcase the talents of the youths in the country. We have a lot of youths on the streets that aren't doing anything due to the economy, and they love playing video games. So this is an opportunity for them to earn a living from playing video games, choosing a new career path from the normal conventional career paths that we have, and chasing a dream that they never knew existed. So for Nigeria, it's a huge thing, because economically it's going to open doors for international partnerships from different global gaming organizations, be it gaming studios, esports, tournament organizers, and financial institutions. So it's a very, very big opportunity for Nigeria to not only just win in the tournament, but open its doors to more investors to boost the economy, and also support the youths in the country.
All right, quite beautiful, and of course, for just like I said, the way you've been able to put this win in proper perspective. Many people too, might be wondering like, okay, yeah, I know about gaming, but what's the big deal about Esports Nations Cup? Waiting be this one. So tell us, what is Esports Nations Cup and how big is it?
The Esports Nations Cup is basically what it sounds like. It's the Nations Cup, but the Global Nations Cup for video games. Now, there are 152 countries competing right now, and only 9 African countries in the tournament. So Nigeria is considered a very, very high esports consumer. That's why they were able to pick Nigeria to be part of this. And a lot of people look at video games and esports as, oh, something for children, just, go and play, have fun. But no, there is actually a career path in video games. There's this new industry that is unfolding that is going to support these kids, that is going to, at least by a particular age of time, so that they can gain balance before they now invest in other things they're going to do with their lives, or chase furthermore to continue in the esports ecosystem. So it's a very, very big thing. A lot of parents think video games is a waste of time. Yes, maybe like 20, 25 years ago when there was no esports, but now it has transcended from just a plaything to sports and career paths. So I think it's something that a lot of people should look into. Google is there. Google what esports is and see how you can encourage the youth beside you to go into it and earn a living, and also go to schools, because there's a lot of school scholarships now in esports. You can go to different schools abroad and learn esports, and a lot of them are even coming to Nigeria now to put esports in our education. I know Lagos State just signed a partnership deal with a company called eStars from London to educate 3,000 students in Nigeria in esports education. So it's a very big deal. It's something that the trajectory will put Nigeria on a global scale. I remember 25, 30 years ago, if your child were to come and meet a parent and say, I want to play football, they will say, are you joking? Go and be a doctor, go and be a lawyer. Now, a lot of parents are taking their children to the football camps to learn to play football. That's the same thing that's going to happen to esports very soon. A lot of parents will be encouraging their children to play esports because there is going to be a huge career inflow impacts.
This is quite beautiful, and of course, I love every bit of it. Now, just like you said, 20, 25 years ago, you could say, okay, gaming in Nigeria was something else. But now, lots of Nigerians are seeing it as, the value that this is not just about entertainment or recreation. This is now a sport and a multi-billion-dollar industry, which is 100% legitimate. Now, with, what you've seen so far over the years, especially the last 5 years, when it comes to this sport, how would you rate the growth in Nigeria, especially knowing that eSport has now been officially recognized by the National Sports Commission?
The growth in esports is actually moving faster than expected. It was slow for a long period of time. I started esports in 2007, and at 2021 was when we started seeing traction, when the Lagos State governor first signed an esports deal with a company I was part of called Gamer Africa. And from there, we started seeing a lot of government interventions. A proper federation was inaugurated, led by Yahaya, who is basically leading the esports federation well. And between 2021 and now we've seen over 50 new gaming and esports companies, and it's not just for esports, it's also supporting gaming, because a lot of gaming studios are springing out all around Nigeria who will be creating games for esports consumption, and a lot of players have been benefiting from it. We have players like Farouk Manzo from Abuja, now based in Lagos, currently playing in a Moroccan league to earn almost $1 million. And we have people like John Ocam, we have different people in games like mobile esports and console esports. So there are lots of teams out there, there are lots of young people out there that are coming into esports. Between the last 3 years, we've seen over 200,000 people join the esports ecosystem. 75% to 80% of that is on mobile phones, because the mobile esports is way, way bigger than PlayStation 5 console and PC esports, because it's easier for you to buy a mobile phone cheaper than buying a console, which costs almost ₦1 million. So yes, it's growing fast, it's growing big, and because there's a lot of government intervention and the private sector is looking into it, it's becoming a very big deal.
All right, quite beautiful, and of course, for somebody who has been, who has, an experience of, about 2 decades in the industry. For you, we saw something huge just last year at the National Sports, Festival, that that esports was, one of the, it was demonstrated, which means at the next edition of the National Sports Festival, which will be later this year in Enugu, we're going to see a proper competition. And of course, medals will be won when it comes to esports. For you, for someone who has led over 50 games, somebody who has designed competitive structure for, esports, not just in Nigeria, but other parts of the world, how does this make you feel? Seeing that, now it's going to be, is a competitive sport being adopted, as part of our National Sports Festival?
Well, when it came last year, we were very excited, although it was really like a test run. This year, I am not sure they added it yet, because I'm part of the team for the Nigerian Esports Federation, and I think the CEO, Damilola Pedro, is still working on making sure that
because that was what they promised us.
Yes, she's still working hard, and it's kudos to Damilola Pedro from Gamer. She's doing a fantastic job in making sure that esports remains a very big thing in Nigeria, and pushing hard with the government to make sure it comes out in different government backed events in Nigeria. So we hope to see it in this in the next events. And although, like I said, we don't have a goal on it yet, but I hope they look. If they are listening, it'll be good if they look into it, because that will encourage over 3 to 4 million youths all around Nigeria to participate in support and representing their states, and bringing that esports ecosystem to the event. So we hope they add us one more time and create a budget for that to fly, because last year was very, very successful. Shout out to Honorable that supported the Shield Deco,
Kola
Olakwade, who is the DG right now, and a heavy supporter of esports. He has been a backbone in esports between 2019 and now. I remember when he first started trying to build the esports ecosystem, and when he became DG, he said one of the things he wanted to do was make sure esports was added into every sector, and to support the youths. He's a very, very big advocate in that, and I hope he's able to do that again this year. So yeah, we're pretty excited for it to happen, and yeah, we can't wait.
All right, quite beautiful. Let me give you not just a double barrel question. Let me make it triple. And of course, it's we're going for the Nations Cup, and of course, one will wonder like why did it take us this long? But we're finally here. The gaps that you've noticed over the years, because I'm sure for you will have seen how this helped other countries, other people across the world, and you're like, Nigeria, why are we dulling? Why are we not taking advantage of this? So what are the gaps that you've noticed over the years that you think our participation is going to close and bring the rewards to Nigeria? And of course, secondly, how would you now, do you think that would be one of the best opportunities to rate Nigeria's, esports, ranking, and of course, the level of development when it comes to esports? And thirdly, we're seeing loads of collaboration. You, just like I said, are developing, competitive structures over the years. And of course, the latest collaboration, I think, is with CADE Esports, right? So that type of collaboration, how is it going to help the growth of esports in Nigeria?
Yeah, so a big shout out to CADE Esports. CADE Esports is right now one of the biggest esports content providers in Nigeria. They are basically just 2 years old, and they've done so wonderful in the esports ecosystem that they were able to get the slots to be the ones to organize the Esports Nation Cup for Nigeria, led by their CEO, Chima Paulsen. It's very, very, it's a very, very wonderful thing, because for the past 5 to 10 years, we've been trying to get Nigerians to participate in international tournaments. And most times we get invited late. For me, I believe it's out of pity back then. But right now, it's more like they are seeing the trajectory of how our esports ecosystem is building up, the kind of tournaments the quality of tournaments that we're producing. Shout out to people like 10N80, Kucheza, Gamer Africa. They always bring out tournaments that will put Nigeria on the map. So that led, more involvement in the ecosystem for the international esports bodies to be looking at us and say, yeah, let Nigeria be part of this thing that we're doing. So what has slowed us down in the past is basically because a lot of private sectors were not involved in esports. The government was not involved in esports. There was no proper federation for a long time until last year, when the new one was inaugurated by Olapade. And since then, it's been seen that Nigeria is one of the most organized, esports ecosystem in Africa. So I think our lapses are already been, fixed. We hope the federation, we're working hard on making sure the federation stands its ground and bring enough support to tournament organizers and the players in the ecosystem. And again, CADE Esports is doing a lot in partnering with all the ecosystem builders to make sure that this Nations Cup is properly executed and Nigeria is well represented by the best players and not just random players being selected. There's going to be a big qualifier next month in Lagos, where gamers from all around Nigeria are going to be brought to Lagos to come and compete to see who is going to be the best to represent Nigeria. So yes, we're very, very optimistic, and we're happy that a lot is being done to help us, cover those bridges that we've been trying to pass, and the support of people like Kola Olopade, and huge support from the Commissioner of Youth and Sports in Lagos, Mobolaji. Sorry, I forgot his name. Oh yes, he's doing wonderful in helping the Lagos esports group. We recently partnered with almost 32 local governments in Lagos State to host a grassroots tournament to further empower the youths Lagos State. So yeah, we're doing a lot of things are being done to secure successful structure in the ecosystem in Nigeria. Shout out to Damilola Pedro again for doing such a wonderful job as the CEO of the Sports Federation.
All right, quite beautiful. I'm being told that we have like a minute or two to leave on this segment, but let me make it something like triple barrel again. And of course, we do know that there are challenges when it comes to, esports in Nigeria. I could remember, speaking with some gamers recently, and some of them said internet connectivity, the equipment themselves, how much, it could cost them to get the best of the best. Stable power supply, that's another problem. And we do know that too, especially for the young ones, their parents preventing them. Some not understanding that this is legal, this is legitimate. It's even one of the ways to keep your, kids, busy. But, looking at all these challenges, how do we surmount them and move from something that is more of entertainment, recreation in Nigeria to something that is professional?
I think for me, it's more of how the communication to the parents. Let's tackle the parents first. How they see the communication, how they get to engage themselves in understanding how gaming and esports will not just support their children in extra activities that they're not supposed to be in, but also help them create a career path and earn a living. We're reaching out to different kind of mediums. I know there's some sort of partnership trying to happen with NTA to start showing esports tournaments, esports gaming shows, educative gaming and esports shows on the platform so that it will reach the parents. There's a lot of media work supposed to be done. There's a lot of events that parents are going to be attending to let them understand and see the value of gaming and esports in their children's lives. And also, we are going to be telling stories of the people that have benefited from gaming and esports ecosystem. People like Farouk Manzo, John Okam, Imagine Jr., the teams from PUBG that really signed 4KT, Call of Duty players like Manja, that are making a lot of money from video games. Those are the stories that are going to be told. Those are the stories that we're going to be pushing out to let people know the value of gaming and esports. But we always preach one thing first: education is key. And gaming is not for the people that are not smart and are not knowledgeable. If you look at people that play games, they are very smart and they can make decisions very, very fast. So we need to also make sure that these kids know that, okay, yes, we want you to game and make a career path, but you need to have your education on lock before you dig into it. So yes, there's going to be some sort of storytelling coming up very soon to sanitize the gaming and esports ecosystem so that we can grow make it more formidable for people to come into it. I think I skipped your first question. What was the first? What was the second?
I will go professional, from this casual thing to making it more professional.
Yeah, so things that we put in place for me being casual is like we have developed, KD Sports have developed a very professional league that has a Division 3, Division 2, Division 1. And we at Gaming Go Esports are doing a local-based grassroots empowerment for these gamers to come and join so that, we start telling you, okay, you're playing it at home. You can play professionally. You have to join this, join that, put yourself in this position before you become a professional and you start earning money from it. It's basically us being able to educate the gamers from the grassroots and making sure they're properly elevated into the professional. And it's just not for playing video games. They are content creators. Content creation is one of the most biggest platform for earning right now in the world. And Nigerians are doing fantastic in content creation. And there's a lot of gaming content creation going on, which, we're going to be doing different, we're having different platforms. I know a company called CarryFest is doing a streaming and content creation events. I think today, it started 3 days ago, they should be ending next tomorrow to empower youths on how to create gaming content creations. We know there are lots of people out there that can make this happen, and yes, we will definitely be able to do it.
All right, quite interesting. We need to go, but it's been beautiful talking to you. And of course, we wish you all the best. And we cannot wait for Nigeria to deliver on the world stage. Thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you for that.
All right, I've been speaking with an esports entrepreneur and of course somebody who has led over 50 tournaments and, you know, is the founder and CEO of Game Evolution. And of course, he's been doing a lot. And that is why I called him the big fish in the esports industry in Nigeria. Beautiful talking about, you know, Nigeria's latest achievement as the country will be participating, you know, in the Esports Nations Cup, where more than 100 countries in the world will be showcasing their skills in the world of esports. Beautiful conversation. All right, we're done when it comes to the discussion segment on the show today. Still to come, there'll be the news on top of the hour. So you're going to see me in the news studio the next time I come.
Go back. Oh! 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 Come on. Do it. Oh! Oh! I was actually, it's fine. Oh! Come on. Come on. Oh! Let's go! Yeah! Oh! Oh! Come on. Do it. Do it. Oh! 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 Ooh, settle down. Oh! 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 That's it! That's it! Oh! Let's go!
Go! First to hit Pluto. Oh!
Coming up on the news this morning, Nigeria's Super Eagles take on Iran in an international friendly later today. Nigeria's women's 3-on-3 wheelchair basketball team secures historic qualification for the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Plus, National Wrestling Championship begins in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, with beach wrestling making its debut. Hello there and welcome on board. I'm Badi Adele and this is AM News coming to you on NT Sports 24. Now, The Super Eagles of Nigeria will today face Team Melli of Iran in an international friendly match in Antalya, Turkey. The fixture is part of a four-nation invitational tournament also involving the senior national teams of Jordan and Costa Rica for the match break. This will be the third meeting between the two sides, and it doesn't carry similar importance. For each team, Nigeria missed out on the 2026 FIFA World Cup after losing its case against the Democratic Republic of Congo, while Iran's participation is uncertain. Iran was one of the earliest teams that qualified for the World Cup, but the current war against USA and Israel threatens their participation at the tournament. Now let's move to basketball, as the Nigeria women's 3-on-3 wheelchair basketball team has historically qualified for the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. The Nigerian team defeated South Africa 8-3 in a thrilling final on Thursday. At the Commonwealth Games qualifiers in Angola, the Nigerian team, led by captain Ejigbamigbe Gbemisola Olubisi, inspired the team to an historic comeback in the final to pick the sole ticket against the tournament favorites, South Africa. The Nigerian girls had previously lost to the South Africans in the group stage 7-3, but put up a resilient display to snatch the Commonwealth Games ticket. President of the Nigeria Wheelchair Basketball Federation, Sheyi Johnson, described the feat as a monumental achievement that will further upscale the rapid growth of the sport in Nigeria. Moving on, key stakeholders in the Nigeria Basketball Administration have taken another step towards strengthening the game at the grassroots with a strategic visit to Ahmadu Bello University aimed at fostering growth and development within the academic environment. Ahmad Zango tells us more.
These are some of the key figures in basketball administration in Nigeria, gathered at Ahmadu Bello University for a strategic meeting with the Vice-Chancellor, aimed at advancing the development of basketball, particularly within the campus community. Igoche Mark, initiator of the Mark the Ball Basketball Championship, alongside members of his team, engaged the university's leadership in discussions focused on growing the game and exploring pathways to move basketball forward. A major highlight of the meeting was the proposal for the university to offer scholarship to talented basketball players, enabling them to pursue their education while actively playing the sport. In his response, the Vice-Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Professor Adamu Ahmed, commended the initiative and appreciated the effort being made to promote basketball. He assured the delegation of his full support, noting his passion for the game and willingness to collaborate in achieving their objectives.
He's somebody that I've known for a very long time. He's a basketball stakeholder, and I thought we just try to familiarize ourselves on about the happenings in basketball and how we can move the game forward. We both share so many things in common. One of them is our passion for the game of basketball.
Well, it is about helping the youth grow and have opportunities to excel, and display their talents. Sports offers a very big opportunity, life-changing opportunities. Not only playing here in Nigeria in the league, but also going outside the country to play professional basketball. So Bullet is doing a great job, and Sam, a product of this campus, is helping us to revive the basketball spirit. And we hope to see him come back here and also, take the Bullet program to all over the country.
As part of the activities, a basketball match was played between Ahmadu Bello University and Nile University, with Nile University securing an 80-67 victory. In the female category, Ahmadu Bello University defeated KASU to emerge champions.
We and Nile University are like rivals. Even in Nuga, we played in the finals. So this is like having another finals again.
They are also good, but we are better.
Igoche Mark is also aspiring to a leadership position within Basketball Federation. From Zaria, Amazongo, NTA Sport.
Many thanks, Ahmad. Now, let's move to wrestling as Bayelsa State has reinforced its status as Nigeria's wrestling powerhouse as Yenagoa hosts the 4th edition of the Governor Duyediri National Wrestling Classics, introducing beach wrestling for the first time in a national championship. The week-long tournament, which runs from March 25 to April 1, 2026, is being organized by the Bayelsa State Ministry of Sports Development in collaboration with the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, drawing athletes from across the country and spotlighting emerging talents. The historic inclusion of beach wrestling, a fast-growing global variant of the sport, marked a major highlight of the championship, with athletes competing on sand in fiercely contested bouts. Team Cross River emerged as one of the standout performers in the new category, recording impressive victories early in the competition. Deborah Edetubana of Cross River opened the action with a notable victory over Blessing Ape of River State in the women's 60 kilograms category, setting the tone for an intense day of competition. Cross River further strengthened its dominance as Ina Johnson displayed superior technique and athleticism to overpower his opponent, securing another win for the team. We're not done with combat sports, as there seems to be unrest in the Nigeria boxing community as major stakeholders and key players are divided over recent happenings in the world of the pugilist in lieu of reforms by the Nigeria Boxing Federation. Olumide Eguntola tells us more.
Some Nigerian professional boxers staged a peaceful protest at the National Stadium in Lagos, calling for the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control, NBBOC, to remain the authority in charge of professional boxing in the country. The protest came on the heels of the announcement of the Nigeria Boxing Federation of the creation of a professional boxing commission with dedicated directorates covering licensing, medical and safety, officiating, matchmaking, sanctioning, anti-doping, integrity, and disciplinary control, describing it as a historic turning point for Nigerian boxing. Executives of Progressive Professional Boxers Association emphasized the NBBOC's role in licensing fighters and ensuring safety standards, adding that the boxers fear administrative confusion if rules aren't clarified. The protest drew fighters, trainers, and promoters nationwide. They urged National Sports Commission (NSC) to intervene and define NBBOC and Nigeria Boxing Federation roles. In Lagos, Olumide Eguntola, NTA Sports.
Many thanks, Olumide. Now, the Nigeria Rowing Canoe and Sailing Federation continues to make strides in talent discovery and development as the national time trials for canoe sprint reached its exciting conclusion at the Jabi Lake in Abuja. Yours truly was there and filed in this report. After days of intense paddling and a quest for improved finish times, the national time trials for canoe sprint came to a thrilling climax with the final day showcasing top-tier competition. Athletes battled it out in the C1 Women's 500 meters final, as well as the C1 Men and Women's 1000 meters finals. The men's K1 1000 meters and KL3 men's 200 meters finals were also decided, alongside the KL1 men's 1000 meters and women's 500 meters events.
Has represented Nigeria in the Olympic twice. She is the winner!
With the introduction of new equipment, competitors rose to the occasion, delivering remarkable performances on the water. Oluwatoyosi Shijuola of Oyo State stood out, dominating the C1 Women's Final before emerging as the sole competitor in the KL1 Women's 500 and 1000 meters events.
It was so difficult, small, but I still enjoy it, sir. I've had some experience before, so I use that one to just push myself. Even if anyone is not going, I have to do it to get my time and just go. I want to be an Olympian and to go for the Commonwealth, any championship competition, and to be first in any canoe, women, K1, 200 meter, 500 meter, and 1,000 meter.
For Chukwudi Okuchukwu, who is eager to follow in his brother's footsteps and represent Nigeria on the global stage, the championship provided valuable experience and exposure.
I give thanks to God that He made me possible to win the 200 meter, and also I will also thank my coach for training me very hard. It was him that is pushing us. I want to achieve many things in this sport. I want to go higher. And I want to move forward to Olympic and other countries. I want to move forward.
President of the Federation, Dr. Akin Ogunbiyi, expressed satisfaction with the level of competition, noting that the performances witnessed are a clear indication that Nigeria is making steady progress in developing the sport.
The result we have gotten so far, the participation so far, has been very encouraging, and I want to appreciate all the governors, all the officials that have taken care, who donated athletes to us, and they ensure that they are properly taken care of. And of course, I want to thank all our officials who are present here for a good showing. We're very, very satisfied at this performance. Like I said, their timing is very, the standard of the timing has improved, and we hope that before we go for international competition, we have now noticed that the kind of training that they will need to improve further on their timing.
We've had a successful trial, and yet we see that infrastructure development is still key to developing artists in such a way that they will be at their optimal best. Like I said, the Sports Commission with the chairman and the DG, we've been speaking to them about what we need in terms of infrastructure support, and also the athletes development is key. Some of our athletes now are going for training sponsored by the ICF. We're trying to get more of them on that bandwagon so that we can develop them more.
Beyond the medals and podium finishes, the time trials have once again reinforced the Federation's commitment to building a strong talent pipeline, exposing athletes to modern equipment and preparing them for the demands of international competition. With improved standards, increased participation, and growing confidence among the athletes, the Federation believes Nigeria's canoe sprint journey is gaining momentum, one that promises greater representation and success on the global stage. In Abuja, Badi Adileye, NT Sports. And of course, right from the lake there, we're done with the news this morning. We want to thank you for joining us. And of course, do remember, for me, I'll be back in the Sports Studio to round things up shortly. Do stay with us.
right into his path. Second game point. Absolutely fascinating. Yes, we've got real entertainment here in this one. That's better. That's the point that he needed, just to give himself the breathing space. Game point. And he has the game.
Segun Toriola, a Nigerian table tennis player, is a legend in the world of sports. Born on September 18, 1974, in Ilorin, Nigeria, he began playing table tennis at a young age and quickly showed promise. In 1992, Toriola made his Olympic debut in Barcelona, representing Nigeria. Over the years, he continued to improve and participate in every subsequent Summer Olympics. By 2008 in Beijing, he had already competed in 5 Olympics, matching the record for any African athlete. His dedication and skill earned him a spot in the London 2012 Olympics, and then again in Rio 2016, making him the first African to compete in 7 Olympic Games. Throughout his career, Toriola's sportsmanship, perseverance, and love for table tennis inspired many young athletes in Nigeria and across Africa. Even though he never won an Olympic medal, his achievements and the barriers he broke made him a true champion in the hearts of many.
One more spot is open in the semifinals, and one of these men will take it, and just like that, Michael Duke floors Tyrone Spong. Big right hand by Duke. Duke said he has nothing to lose, and he's showing that right now. A couple of other shots get through from Duke. Oh, big shot from Tyrone Spong. Floors Michael Duke.
Michael Duke is in big trouble here. His eyes are crossed. He just ate. Oh no, this fight's over.
He's not getting up.
Dylan Brooks is in. He's got 5 fouls. Sakai's going to have a go right at him. Wow! Exquisite! Nobody in this game can do the special things with the basketball like Kyrie Irving.
Exquisite.
Nice lob, Joe Moutier.
Oh, what a play!
Oh, fancy dribbling, PJ. LaMelo. How did he do that? Most guys would have had vertigo.
Look at this. Show it, get the flyby.
Oh my goodness. Bring it to basket. 11-point fourth quarter for De'Aaron Fox. Spin cycle. So much jelly, that can't be jam. What a play by De'Aaron Fox.
He's going to be with Houston and Golden State. Cannot wait. Ooh. And Simmons again. Right-handed jam. The seas parted for Ben Simmons. He's got a couple of those in this game. But these Nuggets have all been together for the most part. Now it goes, and oh my goodness, what a basket! Jamal, because we got to see this.
Murray is attacking. Look at him go up. No, I'm not going to dunk. Not going to use.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lined in chalk. I really hate the trip, but I gotta low. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like, on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light. Been staying most of the lives, living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most of the lives, living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most of our lives, living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most of our lives, living in the gangster's paradise. Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the state, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my 10 in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster.
This time of year. Look at this. Alvarado's on LeBron. The spin, the fake. Oh. Knocked away. Rejected by Williamson. He'll take it inside. And it was loose and picked up with LeBron getting it at the other end.
Thomas to Durant. The fake. The second. Oh! Ankle breaker! KD!
She was more like beauty queen from a movie scene. I said don't mind, but what do you mean I am the one who dances on the floor and around?
All right, we've come to the end of the show for today and, of course, for the week. And that's the way, we always say the Thank God It's Friday edition of the show. But don't you worry, the show returns as early as 9:30 in the morning on Monday. But before then, let's remind you that Saturday Sports Arena returns for another interesting edition at 10 in the morning tomorrow. So do make it a date. And of course, it's been interesting having on board today all our guests, starting with Gideon, who was here for the newspaper review segment, and of course, Soye Elekema, the president of the Amateur Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation of Nigeria. And evidently, we've got the big fish, the man I gave the big fish nickname, no other person than Kumi Adenikpebi, who, is an esports stakeholder. He joined us too to talk about the fast-growing sport in Nigeria. And of course, we must thank everyone, including you at home. Yes, you're the VIP. Thank you for investing your time with us. And of course, we're thanking you on behalf of the entire production crew from our base here at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. See you next time, and bye for now. I am Badia Adeleye.